Aloha and good morning. Matt Delacruz here with the Winning Minds Group, part of the John Maxwell team, and welcome to Mondays with Matt. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and looking forward to another extraordinary week this week as we kick off this brand new week. Let me also begin. I just want to say thank you to all my friends, all the ladies over at Territorial Savings Bank here in Honolulu. Thank you. I had an opportunity to meet them last week, and they were avid watchers, and they're committed watchers and listeners to Mondays with Matt. And when they got to see me in person, they were excited about it, and I am so grateful, and I am humbled by you just welcoming me like that. So thank you for allowing me to add value to your life and pour into your life as well, and keep doing what you're doing and stay the course. You know, I mentioned before that when Zig Ziglar came into my life, he was my first turning point. But not only as a teacher and a mentor, but he taught me, as a teacher, he taught me about goal setting and the importance of having a goal. He taught me about attitude, and he also gave me the formula for success called Be, Do, Have. And it took me years to figure that all out, but I finally figured it out, and then I started applying it, and all of a sudden my life started changing, my business started changing, everything started changing my life because of what he had given me. Well, recently I was on a coaching call with one of my clients, and we're trying to get him from point A to point B and having him up-level his business, and he does great, but he wants to be to a certain level. But in order to reach a goal, we have to go through some changes. Well, anyway, he said to me, he goes, Matt, I know what to do and I know how to do it. My biggest problem is I just don't do it. Isn't that like for most of us? We know what to do, we know how to do it, we just don't do it. That's what happens. So we don't grow and we don't get to the level that we're looking to get to. So I sat there and I was sitting there jotting down some notes, and I said, the reason why you don't get to where you want to be is because of the attitude. And I remember when Zig said to me, he says, Matt, 90% of your success is going to be based on your attitude, but 90% of your failures will also be based on attitude. Knowing that attitude is the willingness to express one's thoughts and feelings on what they perceive, you need to understand what frame of mind you are in, because that determines your attitude. So when I was sitting there talking to my coaching client, I was saying, here it is. So if you think about when we go back to our formal education, teachers in the school system graded us based on grades. A's, B's, C's, and D's, and F's. Think about it, right? So I was a D student at best. If I got a C, I was celebrating, and so was everybody in the house, right? Hey, you got C's, that's great. But if you got A's and B's, that was good. Straight A's, you were exceptional. If you were a D student or an F student, you were the flop, you were the failure, right? But think about it today in real life. How do we judge, how do we grade somebody now that they're out of school, adults, so to speak, right? How do you know where you are right now? How do we measure progress, right? How do we do a progress report on a person that's been out of school? And I was sharing with my coaching client, I said, the key ingredient, the reason why you don't do what you know you should do, it's simply because you have all the C's and you don't have enough D's. So the C's are, here's the main three C's. This is what keeps people from growing. They're content, they're complacent, and they're comfortable. So they stay inside their circle. They're comfortable, they're content, they're complacent. Most people will even say that. I'm doing okay, I'm content. Hey, I'm comfortable. Right? Complacent they don't like to use because that spurs it on to another meaning, another dimension. Complacency. Those are the three C's. So the D's are what you need. What are the D's? Drive, determination, discipline. Drive, determination, discipline. So when you have the three D's versus the three C's, it catapults you to get to the next level, catapults you to reach your goals. So you need to think about, where are you? Now remember, if attitude is a choice, you're choosing to be content, you're choosing to be comfortable, and you're choosing to be complacent. So we got to flip-flop it and switch it to say, what's it going to take for me to be driven? What's it going to take for me to be disciplined? What's it going to take for me to be determined? Those are the three Ds. So I want you to think about that this week. Do a checkup from the neck up. Find out where you are. If you don't know where you are and you're not honest with yourself, ask somebody who loves you and cares about you and ask them, am I content? Am I complacent? Am I comfortable? Or am I driven? Am I disciplined and determined? I'm sure your partner will tell you the truth. So I want you to think about that. So let's get rid of the C's and start accumulating the D's, right? Let's go from being content to being determined. Let's go from being complacent to being driven. Let's go from being comfortable to disciplined. So you live the three D's, get rid of the three C's, and I promise you, you watch, you will start achieving far beyond what you ever wanted to achieve. So until next week, live with passion, live intentionally, and let's get rid of the C's and start living the D's. Thanks so much. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you next week. Aloha.